Welcome back, all of you DIYers. Today, we're going to be replacing these shower cartridges and this one-of-a-kind vice grip handle, and we will go with a more traditional style. Stick around. So to begin, we're going to take off this custom one-of-a-kind vice grip handle and set it aside for later. Then take these little caps out of the end. You just need a small flat blade screwdriver to get them out, and then there's some screws behind those. They'll either be a flat blade or a number 2 Phillips, and then just pull your handles off. The beauty rings, you can generally unscrew them by hand. Sometimes you'll have some caulking around them that you may need to cut in order to be able to remove it. Now you can use a pair of channel lock pliers like these to remove those beauty rings, but you're going to want to be careful if you plan to reuse these like we are. Now if you haven't turned off the water yet, you're going to want to do that next. If you're not on a well and you're on a city, you're going to be looking for this box right here. And a large screwdriver usually pulls it right out of the way. There should be a valve in there that you can turn to shut it off. Then you can return back to your shower and bleed off the pressure in the lines so that it doesn't get all over the place. After all, this is not a hamburger commercial. For the next step, you're going to need an adjustable wrench, and you're going to just loosen that valve cartridge, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty as per usual, and then just pull the cartridge right out. Now on this style, there's a rubber seal that you're going to want to take out with a small screwdriver. Compare your valves, make sure that they are the same. There are several different varieties that are similar but not quite the same. And then just put the new one in, righty-tighty, and snug it down. Not too tight, you don't want to break the valve or anything inside the wall. After you've finished with that first valve, go ahead and do the same thing to your second one. Then you can turn the water back on and check for leaks in the wall before you put your beauty rings on. Now, I like to clean up the beauty rings to make sure that they are nice and shiny as much as possible. Method number 1 is going to be to use a dry rag to just kind of scrape off that soap scum or hard water buildup. Method number 2 is you take a flat blade screwdriver and you just use the corner of a towel, and you'll see here that it actually works pretty well. And these beauty rings are plastic, and you can see how well they clean up with just very little elbow grease. Once you have those all cleaned up, go ahead and just reinstall all 3 of those beauty rings. Now our new handles, I was able to find a universal kit on Amazon, and they're fairly straightforward to put on, but they can be just a little bit tricky depending on the application. But it's mostly this adapter that tends to get a little cattywampus and doesn't want to stay straight. Once you put your handle on there, you can just screw it into place. Now I actually had to put different screws on there because the screws that the kit came with did not fit my new valve stems. When you put the buttons back on over your screws, make sure that your right is your cold, your left is your hot, and then the center one has a little arrow on it. Then you can spin it around and make sure that it doesn't hit the other handles. Whether you replace your beauty rings or you just cleaned them up, you are going to want to put a little bit of caulking all the way around. And I use DAP Quick Seal Plus because it's a good kitchen and bathroom caulking. And I like the one that dries clear as opposed to the white. And before you get to call it a day, you're going to want to make sure that your cold valve is of course cold and your hot valve is of course hot. Now you can brag to all your friends that you did this job all by yourself and you saved yourself a lot of money. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.